Welcome back to Real Estate Mindset. Today's video is going to be absolutely bonkers as Lennar continues its nationwide fire sale. Now, before I dig in, before I tell you guys what I want you to learn, I want you guys to first understand as of right now, remember, the real estate market is hyper local. What I'm about to show you is going to blow your mind, but understand that the other half of the nation may not have massive supply of new homes being built. But the states I am going to show you overabundance. In fact, you guys, I believe some areas have over a year of supply and inventory. And I'm going to show you guys some wild price cuts. Now, at the end of this video, I want you guys to have learned 9 different things when it comes to potentially purchasing new homes. Remember, guys, there are pros and cons of purchasing new, but as I've been saying for the last 2 years, there is a lack of consumer protection when it comes to purchasing new homes. The contracts, the process, it is designed to favor and protect new home builders, not consumers. Now, despite all of that, you guys, Lenar is offering a blowout fire sale going on around the nation right now. As you can see on the screen, they are offering an FHA loan fixed rate of 4.5%. That's not a buy down. A fixed rate 4.5%. You guys, that's what? That's over 2 points lower than market. In addition to that, they're offering 50% off earnest money, a refrigerator, washer and dryer package, and up to $45,000 off of certain homes. And if there was a stampede of buyers, then obviously they wouldn't have to do that. Now, the reason why they're doing that is because of this. Unaffordability, and Lenar is actually acknowledging that for the first time in a very, let me move this camera, in a very long time. Lenar calls affordability stretched as cracks in U.S. housing market appear. Now, remember, I've been saying this, I've been beating my drums. All things start with new home construction. New home builders are always going to be forced sellers. And so it makes a lot of sense that it would happen there first. Plus, they don't have that golden handcuff effect. So again, watch what's going on with new home builders, because more than likely what will happen is the trends with new homes will corrode into existing homes. I mean, we've seen that happen multiple times before. Now, Lenar said in the company's first quarter earnings call that affordability is stretched, noting that we are definitely seeing a little bit more credit card debt and personal debt from the customers showing up in their applications, he noted. We have seen some delinquencies in some of that debt. The interesting thing is remember, they're not just building homes, they want a monopoly and actually have a monopoly on the entire transaction. They obviously, a lot of times they own the title company, they own insurance companies, they own the lending companies, and they have the full control over the process. And we see that there because how would they know, right? They build homes, they sell homes. How would they know that unless they had a lending department that was updating him? And by the way, you guys, all that information is private and personal, so I'm not sure that he should be saying that. But nevertheless, that comment right there goes to show they do have a monopoly on the system. And as consumers, we do have to be careful on that. Now, to the price cuts. Let me show you some juicy price cuts starting in San Antonio, Texas. Now, like I said, this is market specific. All you have to do is you go to lennar.com, you go and type in whatever metro area you want to see right here, or you can even look at the map across the nation. Now, once you do that, you're going to have a list of homes on the right. This is the map. And on the left, you're going to have the actual list and the sales price and things of that nature. And you guys can see as I'm going down here, I want you to look to the left of me and look at some of these price cuts. So here's the first price cut right here. That's a $25,000 price cut approximately. So that's an over 10% price cut. Another beautiful price cut. But look at guys, when I'm scrolling down here, I think pretty much every house has a price cut. I mean, look at this one. This one's price cut down to 189. This one's price cut down to 188. I mean, San Antonio's got some, relatively, I said relatively, compared to other places in the nation, affordable houses. I mean, under 200,000 is crazy, but look at this one. Nice price cut right here. Here's a very juicy price cut, $32,000 right here. So a lot of 10% price cuts, as you guys can see. But look at that, guys. Look at still every one of these houses price cut. Here's one at 194. So that's under 200,000 as well. That looks like a, just a vanilla house. I mean, people just want a roof over their head. I get it. So look at that. That's just incredible. Now, people are probably thinking, well, that's Texas. We've known about Texas. Well, let me show you some other metro areas and show you what kind of price cuts are going on there. Okay, this right here is Central California. I did this one because of vital signs. I miss you, vital signs. I don't know if you listen anymore, but I miss you. So I'm not saying it's like affordable for most Americans. What I'm saying is they are price cutting like crazy, and they're doing a blowout nationwide sale. And you could see it in the price cuts. Obviously, you still want to do your subdivision analysis. But look, guys, the first one here, $20,000 price cut. And this is in California. Look at this one. That's only $10,000. That one's about $20,000, a little over, but it's still, at least they're cutting prices on houses. That's beautiful. Now, when we go to other places like Las Vegas, Nevada, we see multiple price cuts. Now, Las Vegas, Nevada, as far as existing homes, has rebounded like crazy. I don't know why people want to live in Sin City, surrounded by filth in the middle of the desert, but they do. They want to live there, so be it. But nevertheless, Lenar is struggling to sell their houses, and we see that because of these price cuts. Look at this, guys. Massive price cuts right here. Massive price cuts. $30,000 price cuts. As you can see here, this one right here, you guys, is even more. This one's a $55,000 price cut right there, so that's pretty juicy. Less than 10%, though. This one's a nice price cut as well. I mean, look at all of these houses. The prices are being shaved. I mean, this is pretty crazy. Here's another one right here. Let's go. Let me show you another area. So Huntsville, Alabama. So far, I've been to San Antonio. I've been to Las Vegas. I've also been to Huntsville. It is super muddy there. I don't know why so much building. But look at the price cuts in Alabama. So this is Huntsville, Alabama. So this is going on across the nation. Again, you guys come here, check out your own metro area. But look at, these are, those first two were not that big, but these are some pretty nifty price cuts. That's only 5,000. This one's a lot more, 19,000. Wait till I show you guys the Carolinas, okay? I'm going to show you that in a minute. But again, just Alabama, some nice price cuts. This one's a nice price cut, about $30,000 right here. You guys can see almost all of their inventory. Look at this. It just keeps going with price cuts. Just more price cuts, more price cuts, more price cuts. It's just phenomenal what's going on right now. And this is a result of hyper supply. I mean, you guys see the proof is in the pudding. Look at this. All of their inventory slashed. And it's not just in Texas. Let me show you another area. Okay, Atlanta, Georgia. Yes, I also went to Atlanta, Georgia because I wanted to see what was going on, boots on the ground, since we know we can't trust people if they're in the business because of financial bias. But look at the first price cut right here, you guys. That's a nice $30,000, almost $30,000 price cut. Here's another price cut right now in Atlanta. And look at this, more price cuts. Maybe not as much as Las Vegas, but half of it, I would say, so far is about, is price cut. Here's another one right here. That's about $40,000. Another price cut right here, about $40,000. Little price cut, no more price cuts there. Here's another one right here, $38,000. I mean, holy smokes. And right now, you guys, this is spring home buying season. So keep your eye on Atlanta, Georgia, new homes. Here's another one in Myrtle Beach. Now, personally, I'm going to be watching Myrtle Beach like crazy because I don't know why there's so many houses being built there. There's literally almost no infrastructure there. It's in the middle of a swamp. Beautiful ocean, though. I won't lie. I would live there. I like it there. But the amount of building they have, when we went there, Melanie and I went to Myrtle Beach, it was mind-blowing. We can see Myrtle Beach, out of the metro areas I've showed you, have the biggest, sharpest price cuts so far. These price cuts in Myrtle Beach to me, shows signs of distress from Lenar. They are much more. The first one right here, you guys, is a $60,000 price cut. That's approximately 15% off of listing. This one right here is another $60,000 price cut. I mean, these price cuts in Myrtle Beach are insane. Look at that. Another $60,000 price cuts. That's 3 in a row. Here's another one right here. That's about a $30,000 price cut right here. Here's about a $40,000 price cut, $20,000 price cut. But Myrtle Beach is slashing prices. They are trying to get rid of these houses like no one's business, you guys, because, well, quite frankly, like their business, right? Because they're in the business to get rid of the houses. Here's another beautiful price cut. A lot of stuff going on right now in the Carolinas, but I wanted to start the Carolinas by showing you Myrtle Beach. And I'm going to stick to Myrtle Beach as far as the Carolinas, and I'm going to show you guys a Florida metro area. Remember, we have so much inventory skyrocketing in Florida. Take a look at what's going on in Jacksonville, Florida, as it pertains to Lenar. I mean, again, massive price cuts as well in Jackson. I mean, the first one right here, you guys, is a $44,000 price cut. Another $41,000 price cut right here. I mean, these are substantial price cuts. Obviously, we need to do a subdivision analysis, but here's another one, $40,000 price cut. Here's a smaller one at $20,000. But I mean, they are slashing the prices on their houses like crazy. Here's another one right here. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Now remember, that's just Lenar, and that is just the information that they're reporting. When we go around touring these metro areas and give you guys those boots on the ground tours, remember, Melly and I both are pulling up data. We're pulling up Census Bureau data, Realtor.com, Redfin, wherever we can get the data, Zillow, New Home Source, and we are almost always able to find sometimes triple to quadruple the amount of inventory that is actually listed. Now, if you guys want to figure out what's going on in your local markets outside of Lenar, if you want to see a lot of home builders, I would suggest you guys go to a website called New Home Source. Now, again, very limited data, but at least it gives you the bigger picture, and it includes way more than just Lenar. I'll show you real quick. Okay, so this is New Home Source right here. The first, it has automatically completed Boise, Idaho. I'll put find a home. And look, you guys are familiar probably with me using this. So what this shows us is in Boise, there's 185 communities. Total amount of homes, this is saying, is 1,679 homes. And they have all of these builders, so way more than Lenar. So again, just giving you guys more tools to become educated in your local housing market. There are so many things that as consumers, you guys need to understand. Now, as far as the 9 things that I want you guys to learn about new construction, we'll go over that now, starting with number 1. Number 1, understand most of the time that you can review existing home inspections from the builder. The transaction that I just closed, the builder reviewed about 40 inspections with us that we didn't even have to pay for. And those inspections showed us the foundation, they showed us framing, and most importantly, they showed us what failed and what they did to fix it. So if you want more confidence on buying new, remember, ask the builder, and some builders recommend this in their contract. Ask the builder to review the existing inspections, and definitely even then still do your own home inspection. Now, the second thing is if you're going to sign in, a lot of these new home builders, you guys, they're going to pressure you. They're going to say, please sign in, please sign in. Never, ever, ever. And regardless if you like realtors or not, never leave out your realtor's information when you sign in. Some builders will block out your realtor and prevent you from getting help from a professional. So again, I didn't say realtors don't make enough money. What I said is you got to be protected. And what the builders will try to do is cut out the person that is supposed to be representing you. So make sure if you're signing in, use your realtor's info. The third thing is the arbitration agreement. Generally, when you sign those contracts, you guys are locked into that process. Your earnest money goes out the window if you want to cancel. And because of the arbitration agreement, it's almost impossible to sue the builder for things like negligent construction or just if you're unhappy with certain things. So the arbitration agreement, you guys, it is a very, very big deal. We had to sign multiple things at our closing that said we can't sue the builder, that instead of suing them, we would have to go to arbitration. So it hurts your rights to get legal remedies. Understand that if you're purchasing new. Now, the fourth thing that I want to remind you guys is generally the property taxes are much higher when it comes to new subdivisions. And the reason is they got to pay for everything still, the roads, the playgrounds, and all of those things. But don't just think that it's going to be a similar payment to an existing home, because generally existing homes, again, has a lower property tax liability. The fifth thing is quality of construction. That's why the first thing is review the inspections, but understand, you guys, the quality of construction could be bad. So even though we have these price cuts, still the home may be junk. And what happens is these construction crews, say in Atlanta, Georgia, they work on the $1 million houses and they work on the $200,000 houses. The important thing is, how is the builder keeping their contractors held accountable, right? That's what it comes down to. Is the supervisor regulating the contractors so that they are doing a good job? And that's something that you may want to ask the builder. Now, obviously, they're salespeople and they're just going to make up some crap, but at least you can see for yourself how they respond. Now, the sixth thing that I want to warn you about is generally, not all the time though, generally, these sales agents, smooth talking sales agents, they know exactly what to say to play with your emotions to get you to buy a house the second you walk into that sales center. Everything is designed from Fortune 500 companies that, again, makes you feel like you must buy that same day. So be aware that a lot of those people, smooth talking, they won't leave you alone. They want to kind of leech onto you and follow you around. So keep your guard up. Now, the seventh thing, potentially the most important thing, is again, these new home builders have a monopoly on the transaction. They often own the insurance company, the title company, and the lending company, which is not a very good thing, because behind the scenes, a lot of, that talking can go on, the manipulation can go on. So Again, just understand that if you do purchase new and you want the incentives, a lot of times in order to get those incentives, you must use their people. So make sure you get a full understanding of what you can do and what you can't do. Number 8, I want you guys to understand that some of these new home builders offer like crazy incentives, like lending incentives, like they're going to pay closing costs. I want you guys to be very careful, because what I learned is a lot of times, even though, say, for example, Lenar, for example, is going to pay $6,000 in closing costs, their lender may charge $7,000 more in closing costs than your lender or than your broker. And that's exactly what happened in the transaction that I just closed. They give us a $5,000 credit for closing costs if we use their lender. The problem was their lender charged $5,500 in origination fees, so it wasn't even worth it, and yet their interest rate was much higher. And this was not Lenar, this was a Perry home. So again, be cautious on what incentives they are actually telling you. In fact, those price cuts that we reviewed, we don't even know if that's under market until we look at the subdivision. Subdivision is so key. It's so important you guys look at the subdivision. It's so localized, you guys, until it's not. Now, number 9, the last thing is be careful how your loan officer sets up what's called your escrow account. Often if you buy new, the builder is paying property taxes based on the dirt value, not the dwelling. And so when you purchase it, a lot of times the taxes update and the taxes skyrocket. So a lot of times what happens is the lender says they are forced to collect taxes based on only the tax certificates, which again is only on raw dirt. So you really, sometimes you got to fight and you got to push, you got to make sure that they are collecting enough taxes. I've heard so many stories of like first-time homeowners, any homeowners that are buying new, at the, they close on the house, and at the end of the year, they get a $6,000 bill, and their mortgage payment goes up $500. So they have this whole expectation, that the payment was gonna be $2,000. And after the first year, it goes to $2,500 and they owe $6,000. Would you want to start home ownership that way? You guys, listen to what I'm saying. These things happen all the time. Keep your guard up, strengthen yourself, and always, always, always constantly empower your comprehension of how real estate works, and understand that no one cares about your investment like you care about your investment. So you, in my opinion, need to be able to lean on yourself and your own comprehension of how to purchase real estate. Everything's linked in my description. I have a free subdivision analysis form. I have a free home buying course to assist you. My way of saying, thank you for supporting me and helping me grow. Now, other than that, guys, if you're out there investing in real estate, you guys already know I wish you luck, and I hope you win.